So, Dr. Watson, what have we learned this evening?
We learned to not trust geeky door-to-door encyclopedia salesmen, because they might be you.
I think we've learned more than that.
We learned that a lot of people with names beginning with B live in the Barringer Boulevard area.
Well, that happens to be true, but that's not what I was referring to. First, we learned the importance of prayer and having a relationship with God. We also learned that Jesus loves us more than we will ever know. We learned that Jesus isn't the one who makes our lives miserable. He is the one who is trying to get our lives fixed.
Who should come by at that very moment but the very, very unwitting Inspector Lestrade.
Who?
Lestrade. I'm sorry, I forgot. That's how it talks. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. If you just come on in, you don't have to keep on right down
there. Inspector, welcome. What brings you here this evening?
Mr. Holmes, I came here to present the status of the case of the missing dead person.
No sooner had Inspector Lestrade given his reason for being here, then there came a violent knock at the door. The kind of knock from someone who went...
The kind of knock what?
A kind of knock from someone who has a bad temper. Yeah, like that kind of knock. That's the knock I'm talking about. Did you hear it?
Ah, come in. Why?
You got sunglasses.
Why, Mr. M, excellent timing. Inspector Lestrade here had just come in to give us a status on your case.
Yes, I know. I heard his breathing as I entered.
I see.
Sure, just rub it in that I'm blind and can't see. Your insensitivity is anything but refreshing, Mr. Holmes.
My sincerest apologies, Mr. M. It was simply a careless phrase. Please forgive me.
Forgiveness is for weak people. Let's get on to business, Inspector.
I am Inspector Lestrade, at your service.
Didn't your mother teach you not to interrupt? Why don't you hold your frivolities and share what you uncovered thus far? Sure you found that that man didn't really die.
On the contrary, Mr. M. Yesterday, I interviewed the centurion in charge at the cross. He gave me a full account of what happened. He said he was positive that Mr. Jesus was dead before they took him down from the cross.
Inspector, you're not doing a good job on this investigation. I assume you found that the disciples stole the body of Jesus.
Actually, no. I interviewed an eyewitness who stated that not only did this Mr. Jesus rise from the dead, but he was observed around Jerusalem for around some 40 days after that.
Inspector, I've seen slobbering bloodhounds who are better investigators than you with your bumbling methods.
Hey, some of those bloodhounds are my relatives.
Inspector, I'll give you another chance to solve this case. But only because I like you.
Remember, Mr. M, the only sure obstacle to truth is to think we already have it. The inspector can find the truth, but it is meaningless if you are not willing to accept the truth.
Mr. Holmes, I don't need you lecturing me on truth. Good evening, gentlemen.
Scary fellow.
Inspector, I think our Mr. M is strung a little too tightly.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. He has, how do you say, his panties in a wad.
Can we say that? I didn't write that. What?
I'll get to my next line as soon as I
It
finish
wasn't
that.
the book. It was. I was right. I didn't see that.
Come now, Watson. You said much worse.
Yeah, but I'm what a wise source just came up with that on his own. Don't get the pennies in the wad.
My apologies, Doctor.
All your apologies.
You know, Mr. Holmes,
Yes, Inspector.
When I interviewed Miss Matkin, she said she used to have a very, very bad reputation for doing bad. But this Jesus person changed her life for the better. Can that happen to us too?
Why, yes, Inspector. When we ask Jesus to come and live with us in our hearts, he gives us a brand new life. The old is made new. Old things are passed away.
How do we do this, Mr. Holmes?
I am glad you asked, Inspector. And with that, I step out of character. And let's see if we can get some lights to work. And if you would hit that switch.